What if I told you that working harder could actually make you poorer? It sounds impossible, but this is the hidden trap that keeps millions of people stuck in the same financial life year after year, while a small group quietly builds incredible wealth. Most people believe that getting a good job, saving money, and waiting for retirement is the safest path to becoming rich. But what if that plan was never designed to make you financially free? And what if the biggest reason you're still chasing money is something nobody ever taught you? In this video, we're going to uncover the powerful ideas from the Millionaire Fastlane and reveal why some people create wealth in just a few years, while others work for decades without ever escaping the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. You'll discover the dangerous mindset that secretly keeps people poor, the simple shift that changes how money flows into your life, and the wealth formula that successful entrepreneurs use to build freedom much faster than most people think is possible. But don't make the mistake of leaving early, because the final lesson is the one that completely changes the game. It can transform the way you make decisions, choose opportunities, and think about building real wealth for the rest of your life. As you watch, ask yourself one question. Are you building your future, or are you building someone else's dream? If this video opens your eyes even once, make sure to hit the like button, share your biggest insight in the comments, share this video with someone who wants financial freedom, and subscribe to the channel because every video here is designed to help you think differently, earn smarter, and move one step closer to the life most people only dream about. Now let's uncover the fast lane that can completely change the direction of your financial future. Chapter 1. The biggest money lie keeping you poor. Imagine this. Two people start their careers on the same day. Both are smart, both work hard, both dream about becoming rich. 20 years later, one is still living paycheck to paycheck, while the other owns multiple businesses and enjoys complete financial freedom. What changed? Was one simply luckier? Or did they follow completely different rules? Most people believe that the secret to wealth is simple. Get a good education, find a secure job, work hard, save money, invest slowly, and retire someday. We hear this advice from parents, teachers, and even financial experts. It sounds safe, it sounds responsible. But here's the surprising part. Safety and wealth are not the same thing. This is the biggest money lie that the Millionaire Fastlane challenges. Think about it. If the traditional plan really created wealth, then millions of hard-working people would already be financially free. Instead, many spend 40 years working, only to realize they still cannot live the life they imagined. They traded their best years for a paycheck, hoping that someday everything would work out. Picture a hamster running on a wheel. It runs faster and faster every day, but never actually moves forward. Many people live exactly like that. They wake up early, fight traffic, work long hours, come home exhausted, pay bills, sleep, and repeat the same cycle for decades. The wheel keeps spinning, but their financial life barely changes. Now consider someone like Jeff Bezos. Before building one of the world's largest companies, he also had a stable job. But he understood something most people miss. A salary has limits. A business that creates value for millions of people does not. Instead of trading time for money forever, he built something that could grow even while he slept. This is where psychology becomes important. Our brains naturally choose certainty over uncertainty. A steady paycheck feels safe. Starting something of your own feels risky. But the hidden danger is that depending on only one source of income may actually be the biggest risk of all. If your income stops, your financial life stops with it. Most people don't realize that being busy is not the same as becoming wealthy. You can work 12 hours a day and still move slowly toward your goals if every dollar depends on your time. The truly wealthy ask a different question. Instead of asking, "How can I earn more money?" they ask, "How can I create more value?" That single question changes everything. When you focus on creating value for thousands or even millions of people, your income is no longer limited by the number of hours in a day. This is the mindset that separates people who simply earn money from people who build lasting wealth. So the first lesson is simple but powerful. Stop believing that hard work alone guarantees financial freedom. Hard work matters, but it must be directed toward creating value, solving problems, and building systems that can grow beyond your personal effort. But this raises an even bigger question. If the traditional path keeps so many people stuck, then what does the road to real wealth actually look like? That answer begins with understanding the dangerous path the author calls the slow lane, and why escaping it may be the most important financial decision you'll ever make. Chapter 2. Escape the slow lane before it's too late. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that the dream you've been chasing for the last 30 years was never really your dream. You worked hard, saved every extra dollar, avoided risks, and believed that one day retirement would finally give you the freedom you wanted. But now time has passed. Your energy isn't what it used to be, and you're still waiting for life to begin. The painful truth is that this happens to millions of people every year. This is what the Millionaire Fastlane calls the slow lane. The slow lane isn't just about having a job, it's a way of thinking. It tells you that wealth comes from patience alone, that if you save a small part of your paycheck and invest it for 40 years, everything will eventually work out. While investing is important, depending on only this strategy means you're letting time do all the heavy lifting. And time is the one thing you can never get back. Think about it. If someone starts saving at 25 and plans to become financially free at 65, they are trading 4 decades of their life for the chance to finally enjoy freedom. But what if there was another path? What if financial freedom didn't have to wait until the end of your life? Picture 2 friends. The first spends every year asking for a small raise at work. His income grows slowly, just enough to keep up with rising costs. The second spends those same years building a product, a business, or a service that solves a real problem. At first, the second friend struggles. There are failures, long nights, and uncertainty. But over time, thousands of customers begin paying for the value he created. Suddenly, his income is no longer tied to the hours he works. This is exactly what happened to many successful entrepreneurs. Before becoming a billionaire, Elon Musk didn't become wealthy by earning a bigger salary. He focused on building companies that solved massive problems. Whether people agree with every decision he makes or not, one principle remains true. Creating value at a large scale creates opportunities for extraordinary wealth. Here's the interesting part. The slow lane feels comfortable because everyone around you is driving in it. Your friends, co-workers, and even your family may believe it's the only responsible choice. When everyone follows the same road, questioning it feels uncomfortable. But comfort often hides the biggest trap. The longer you stay on a path that limits your growth, the harder it becomes to leave it. Psychology explains why this happens. Humans are wired to avoid uncertainty. We prefer predictable routines because they make us feel safe. But growth rarely happens inside complete comfort. Every meaningful breakthrough begins with the decision to think differently from the crowd. This doesn't mean quitting your job tomorrow or taking reckless risks. It means changing the way you see money. Instead of asking, "How can I survive another month?" start asking, "What problem can I solve that people would gladly pay for?" That single shift turns your attention from earning income to creating opportunity. The lesson is clear. The slow lane is not dangerous because it looks bad. It's dangerous because it looks safe while quietly stealing your most valuable asset, time. Every year spent waiting is a year you can never recover. But escaping the slow lane is only the beginning. Once you're ready to think differently, you need to understand the powerful formula that almost every self-made millionaire follows. And that's exactly what we'll uncover in the next chapter. Chapter 3. The Wealth Formula Billionaires Never Ignore. What if becoming wealthy wasn't about working more hours, but about following a formula that most people never even notice? Imagine spending years chasing promotions and overtime, only to discover that the biggest fortunes in history were built using a completely different strategy. This is where everything changes. According to the Millionaire Fastlane, wealth is not created by luck. It is created by building something that gives value to a large number of people. The bigger the problem you solve, the bigger your opportunity becomes. This sounds simple, but most people never truly understand it. Think about your daily life. Every morning, you use products and services created by someone else. Your phone, your favorite apps, online shopping, food delivery, transportation, streaming platforms. Each one exists because someone found a problem and created a solution. Every time millions of people choose that solution, money flows back to its creator. Now picture a small coffee shop that serves 50 customers a day. It can be a successful business, but its growth has limits. Now imagine an online platform that serves 50 million people across the world every day. The effort to build it may have been greater, but the potential rewards are almost unlimited because it reaches people at a completely different scale. A perfect example is Steve Jobs. He didn't become one of the most successful entrepreneurs by selling his time for money. He helped create products that millions of people wanted to use every single day. Every satisfied customer multiplied the value of what he had built. His focus wasn't on earning an hourly wage. It was on creating something that people loved. Here's the psychological insight most people miss. We are often taught to think small because small goals feel easier to achieve. We aim for a slightly bigger paycheck, a slightly nicer house, or a slightly better position at work. But extraordinary wealth usually comes from thinking much bigger. Instead of asking, how can I help one customer today? Successful entrepreneurs ask, how can I help 1 million people in a way that no one else has? This doesn't mean you need to invent the next billion-dollar company. It means learning to look for problems instead of jobs. Every complaint you hear, every inconvenience you experience, and every frustration people face could be hiding a business opportunity. The world rewards people who remove pain, save time, create convenience, or make life better. Imagine someone who notices that small business owners struggle to manage appointments. Instead of ignoring the problem, they create simple scheduling software. At first, only a few people use it, then hundreds, then thousands. Before long, the creator is earning money from customers around the world, even while sleeping. That is the power of building a system instead of simply trading hours for income. The lesson is clear. Wealth follows value. The more lives you improve, the greater your potential rewards become. Stop asking, how much can I earn today? Start asking, how much value can I create? That one question can completely transform the way you think about money and success. But there is one final piece of the puzzle. Even if you know the formula for wealth, you'll never reach financial freedom unless you take action. In the final chapter, you'll discover how to build your own fast lane and why the journey from zero to extraordinary wealth begins with one bold decision. Chapter 4. From Zero to Billionaire. Build your fast lane. Imagine standing at a crossroads. One road is wide, crowded, and familiar. Almost everyone is walking on it, hoping that years of hard work will eventually lead to freedom. The other road is uncertain. It demands courage, creativity, and patience. Very few people choose it, but almost every self-made millionaire and billionaire has traveled that path. The question is simple. Which road will you choose? By now, you've learned that working hard alone is not enough. You've discovered why the slow lane keeps so many people trapped and why real wealth comes from creating value at scale. But knowledge without action changes nothing. Reading books, watching videos, and collecting ideas will never make you wealthy unless those ideas become decisions. Think about it. Every successful business you see today started with one small step. It wasn't perfect. It didn't have millions of customers on day one. It simply solved one problem for one person. Then it improved. Then it grew. Success is rarely one giant leap. It's thousands of small improvements made consistently over time. Consider Bill Gates. He didn't wake up one morning as one of the richest people in the world. He started by recognizing where technology was heading and built software that millions of people needed. As more people found value in his products, his wealth naturally increased. The money wasn't the starting point, value was. Here's the interesting part. Most people wait for the perfect moment before they begin. They think they need more money, more experience, better timing, or complete confidence. But perfection is one of the biggest enemies of progress. The people who build extraordinary lives are not the ones who know everything. They are the ones who start before they feel completely ready and keep learning along the way. Picture someone who dreams of starting an online business. Every year they say, I'll begin next year. 5 years pass, nothing changes. Now picture another person with the same dream. They launch a simple product, make mistakes, listen to customers, improve it, and slowly build momentum. 5 years later, one person still has a dream. The other has a growing business. The difference wasn't talent, it was action. This is the mindset behind the fast lane. It isn't about chasing money. It's about creating systems that continue producing value whether you're working or not. It means building assets instead of only earning income. It means making your money work for you instead of spending your entire life working for money. That doesn't mean the journey will be easy. There will be failures, rejection, uncertainty, and moments when quitting feels easier than continuing. But every challenge teaches a lesson that moves you one step closer to success. The people who eventually achieve financial freedom are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who refuse to stop. So here's the biggest takeaway from the Millionaire Fast Lane. Stop measuring success by how busy you are. Measure it by the value you create, the problems you solve, and the systems you build. Your future is not decided by your salary, your background, or where you start today. It's decided by the choices you make from this moment forward. The road from zero to extraordinary wealth doesn't begin with $1 million. It begins with a new way of thinking. Start looking for opportunities instead of excuses. Create value instead of waiting for permission. Take action instead of waiting for the perfect time. Because the fast lane isn't reserved for a lucky few, it's open to anyone willing to think differently, act boldly, and stay committed long enough to turn an ordinary life into an extraordinary one.